Hello! Alright, we're cool. Hello! Hey! Hi! I always have to do that check at the start because I gotta make sure everything's working. Here we are, another week of July! Yet again, we're getting close to the wire here. I'm actually shocked at how fast... I always say, man, time flies. But July sped by. July... It was like the 6th yesterday. And it's already the 24th. I mean, I've been keeping myself busier than usual because I'm returning home in, what, 10, 11 days? 11 days-ish. Something like that. But yeah, it's been a very, very whirlwindy kind of month, which I'm actually happy about. The faster time flies, the faster I return to normalcy, the better I'll feel about things. I've said this before. It's still on my mindset. Anyway, another week means more of what I've been doing, which is, you know, playing games, having fun, doing stuff, working on things in the background, making sure that all my I's are dotted, my T's crossed. And today is going to be some more of the mine crafting. But because I have realized that I've been a bit aimless after the whole raid fiasco, last time I prepped, and this time we're going to use all that material that I got. It's definitely not enough, but it's a start to start building something. And I haven't built something, like, architecture-wise in a long time. A long, long time. Like, I think the last time... Yeah, it was when I did when I updated to... No, it wasn't when I updated 120. It was just when I did 120. And that was just a house. So I've wanted to do something big for a little bit now. And I thought I'd execute on it in the only way that I know how, which is planning it out. So that's the goal, is there's no way I'm going to build the whole thing today. Absolutely not remotely even possible. I'm not a speed builder. I need a lot of prep time and a lot of planning to make sure that X goes to Y and Y goes to Z, if you know what I mean. So I have to find a plot first, and then I have to plan what this thing's gonna look like, because I have nothing in the head tank right now. I know what my end result I kind of want it to be, but I don't know how to get there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go step by step and figure it out. And you know, that's how buildings are built anyway, is step by step. So enough rambling. Let's hop in and start this mental damage of me actually having to think in block games. So let's do that. Make sure it doesn't immediately crash on me. I always hate when it does that. Sure, you can all get it done in one stream. No way. Oh, so good to see ya. Absolutely not even possible. I just realized that my music ain't playing. Let's fix that, shall we? There we go. Nice. Also, for some reason, my I don't know if it's just because I haven't used it that much today. My voice is all scratchy. I'm not sick, thank God. Was very, very concerned about that. But I don't know. Voice is a bit scratchy today. It'll probably meander itself out. For some reason, talking long periods is fine. Oof, advertisement. I'll be here when that's over. Gotta love Twitch and its advertisements. I wish I could turn those off, but I guess that's how they do their monetization now. Sag. Oh god, why is this on fire? And it's raining again. Every single time I play this game, it rains at least once. You know, on the bright side of things, it has been crystal blue skies for, I'm gonna say 4 or 5 days now. Oh my god! Thank you, Rosie, for gifting a sub, but calm yourself. You're now on a record. You're absolutely generous. Jeebus. I was sad. Please, calm yourself. I don't want you dumping your wallet on me. It's a very kind gesture, and I really, really appreciate it. And I'm sure Zach does too. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, crystal clear blue skies like this. And it's nice because I'm absolutely done with rain. I'm done. I'm also done with summer, mind you. We've only had summer for, what, 2 months, and I still want it to be gone. But I'm done with rain. I want it to be at least nice weather. And, you know, 5 days of nice weather is a welcome change. Instead of having, what was it, multiple days of shit weather constantly. It was a shame. Goddamn shame. I don't even know why I picked these. I'll hurt Rain's feeling. Listen, it is by far and away my favorite weather condition. It's very relaxing, and I have gone on record, like, grabbing an umbrella and just sitting out in my family's house's backyard on occasion just to enjoy the rain. But if I have something to do, fuck rain so hard. Like, if I have something to do and it's raining outside, I am livid. Because I know for a fact, even if I'm, like, perfectly confident in like where I'm pointing the umbrella and I can do it quick and it's like I'm not outside for that long, I'll come home and my pant legs will be soaked. Like, something's gonna be wet. Car drives along the road and doesn't pay attention to the people on the side street and just splashes you. That's happened about twice. Ugh, don't get me started on that bullshit. Damn, tell Rain how you really feel. I'm an independent guy who don't need no rain. No, but there was a time. I don't remember where it was. It must have been. I was by myself, so I must have been traveling somewhere. And it was raining, and there were puddles, and I was on a side street. And I don't know if it was I don't remember if it was a pickup truck or an SUV. It was a big car, and it drove right past where I was standing. And went vroom, and it was just this massive wave of, it was not clear. This massive wave of water just crashes on me, and I'm like, I wish whoever was driving could have seen my middle finger raised at them. I fucking wish. Because apparently people are so obsessed with their four-wheeled killer death machines, they don't see the pedestrian on the side of the road who's just trying to have a good time. Bastard. Anyway, how's y'all's days going? I don't know why I started off on just this angry foot, but this is where we are today. I'm supposed to be, like, planning out a building or something. Meh. No, I actually am doing that. I'm probably going to put it in this plot right here, which is why I've been clearing it out some. However, gonna need a bucket. Made onigiri for the first time 3 minutes ago. I'm assuming with the what is it, nori, I think it's called, is the Japanese edible seaweed. I've had it once before. It's very much, seaweed's very much an acquired taste, but the rice is absolutely delectable. Like, I don't know what they do with their rice, or I don't know what's part of that recipe, but it is maddeningly delicious. I don't have space for this wood. I hate when I don't have space for this. I gotta put the dirt in the dirt. And the sticks with the sticks. Why do I still have a torch? Let's put it in here for now. Oh, I remember. I knocked it off the wall. And that's where it was from. Got a seasoning packet with salmon in it and it tastes so good. Is that what it is? It's like the fish. Oh, yeah, that sounds delicious. Honestly, I think I've talked about this before. I am not a big seaweed person. I don't know if it's because it tastes like ocean water or it just. I'm not a plant person. Like, I don't really do vegetables much. But seaweed specifically, I'm like, ugh, like gag tier. But I don't know, like the actual like rice cake part of it is always the best. And then my favorite type of onigiri is what is it? It's like it's one word. It's like nigiri sushi or something like that. Which is like an onigiri rice ball. But instead of instead of it being wrapped with seaweed, it has a strip of like fish on it. So like let's say it's a strip of salmon, it's just grazed over the top, like laid over the top. You can add seaweed, you can cook the fish, like you can do a lot of things with it. But I got it from a market one time when I was still like dabbling with Japanese food. I'm still not huge into Japanese food. It's something that grows on you over time. But that specifically was, wow, that was a shock to how genuinely good it was. I recommend that specific thing, like a piece of fish dripped over that seasoned rice. It's super tasty. And you can prepare it cold and you can prepare it warm. It's nice. It's wonderful. It actually, you know, it took me a while to get used to fish as well. That is much more of a, like, I've been eating fish for decades, so it's not as huge of a deal. But when I was a kid, I did not agree with fish. Actually, I haven't really had sushi since coming in. Really? I think I've had it once or twice. It's fine. I mean, there's gourmet sushi, of course, and I haven't dabbled in that because, again, I'm not a sushi person, really. I am just running around because I'm thinking while I'm talking. I need a water bucket. That's what I was trying to get. But yeah, like there's definitely gourmet sushi here. So if you can find that, it's one of those things where you eat it and you never see sushi the same way again. It's the same sort of energy as oh, here's a fun story. So I don't remember, I think it was when they went to Florida, but my parents, I think it was before I was even born, went to Florida one time. And yeah, it was Florida. And they went to a 5-star McDonald's, like it was rated 5 stars. And my mom said after she ate at that McDonald's, that 5-star McDonald's, she will never look at fast food the same way again. All fast food tastes infinitely worse. Give me that supermarket sushi for real. If I can find a fucking picture of it one of these days. I'm returning soon, so if I can find a fucking picture of it. It was delicious. Not a seafood fan, so I don't really eat sushi. That's fair. I'm not a huge seafood buff myself. Like, I do eat seafood, but not all seafood. Shellfish I don't really mesh well with. I might be being called a heathen for this one, but I've never had lobster, and that's like the first thing that my mom is buying when I return home, so that'll be an interesting experience. I've had crab though. Like I'm not a sociopath. I've had crab at least. But yeah, I don't really do seafood that often as well, so I get it. I have a texture problem with fish and shellfish, plus I never really grew up with seafood. Yeah, I get you with the texture problem. Texture problem is just a food thing for me. Like fish, like whitefish, like haddock or cod is completely fine because it's flaky and I really like that. I think we talked about this. I like whitefish because it's flaky and I genuinely enjoy that texture. But like the sliminess of, let's say, clam or things like that is like, ugh. Thank you so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. I don't know. I'm very particular. I've espoused my insane amount of, what was it, pickiness with food before, and it has not gone away even now in my 20s. So I think it'll probably stay that way for a long time. Unless, you know, someone cooks something for me that's like, oh yeah, this is like, actually, to give a good example, I hated spinach, and then my mom made spinach with garlic, and now I really like spinach. So it is about how it's prepared as well. What do I need? I just thought of something. What the hell do I need? Shout out to my broken ass sleep schedule for waking up at 7 a.m. Good to see you, Porks. Yeah, I did hate spinach. Remember, I'm not a greens person. I'm very unappreciative when it comes to like when it comes to greens. Like most vegetables. So spinach was on my shit list. Brussels sprouts was on my shit list. Asparagus was on my shit list and is again. At least I like it now. Yeah, of course. It goes with a lot of stuff. Get like 3 hours of sleep last night, you poor soul. I feel for your pain. Sleep deprivation is never a good thing. My parents were shocked when I said I was eating potatoes and carrots in Japan. It's only because I'm cooking them in a way that doesn't make me gag. Fair enough. I actually really like potatoes. Like, I've had this discussion too. I like all kinds of ways that you could prep potatoes. Hash browns, French fries, mashed. I just don't like baked potatoes. Mind you, this is weird. I don't like baked potatoes, but I like potato skins, which is essentially just the crispy part of the potato loaded up with what stuff you put in a baked potato. So it's like, that's just me being a prissy fart at that point. The day I got fully used to potatoes is the day I make my family proud. The day you truly become Irish. Because as the Irish say, when all else fails, eat potatoes. Can almost eat any vegetable, but don't like when some are cooked. Yeah! That's fair. That is an acquired taste in and of itself, like cooked versus uncooked vegetables. I'm a everything cooked kind of person, so stuff that would normally be like, ugh, I don't know. I mean, like, if carrots? Well, there is a major difference between cooked and raw carrots. That's a big one. Like, raw carrots are almost sugary, whereas cooked carrots almost lose their flavor. It's one of those things. Gotta be cooked just right alone or put all together. Yes, agreed. If you put a bunch of vegetables in a stew, you can basically put anything in there. Whereas if you put, let's say, like if you're gonna side garnish with green beans, I don't know about eating raw green beans, y'all. That seems like a death sentence. Not the soggy ass soup carrots. What, it goes with the beef stew? You never had it? Carrots are the best vegetable. You're wrong if you think otherwise. I will not add my opinion to this. I will withhold my judgment. I need to make a shovel. I make a couple of shovels. Stew carrots yeah, but that's the thing about stew carrots is you're not there for the carrots, you're there for the stew. All it does is add flavor to the broth. I wouldn't eat, like, straight up, I will take the carrots out of the stew. I will take the carrots out of the stew. Moist carrots. It's the same energy as, like, carpeted kitchen. It's like, oh, horrible. Raw carrots, in the meanwhile, are totally fine. I love soups, and I like carrots, but I do like them mushy in soup. Yeah, that's fair. Yep, oh. One more. There we go. They're so good, they're just juicy and yes, because they're like meant as they're meant to be that way. They are meant to be that way. That is the entire point. You can also do a ton of things with carrots. Like, you make carrot cake. Well, I can't think of anything else, but you can make carrot cake. Honestly, just carrots by themselves are fine. No, you don't get to take the carrots out of the soup because it's fucking everywhere. If they're sliced, you can be a little dick and pull them out that way. Hate soup with vegetables? Yeah, that's fair. Again, the main reason why people add vegetables to soup is just to flavor the actual soup itself. Which sometimes it's subtle and sometimes it's really overpowering. I personally like soup just as is. It's worse if you put carrots in like a oh, no thank you. No. That seems disgusting. Bitty bitty disgusting. I do not subscribe to that dish. Thank you, goodbye. That just sounds like two things that should not belong together. But hey, food is subjective. I think I talked about... Did I talk about... like, fucking chocolate pasta? I think I did. Chocolate pasta is a thing. It is the most vile creation I've ever seen in my life, but apparently people eat it. So, cursed food fact of the day. Is it the straight of the broth? Or whatever the fuck it's called. Yeah. The mash bowl that separates them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, chocolate pasta exists. It's horrible. I've never had it, but I don't want it. There's other cursed food items. I'm gonna bring up a story that I talked about before. Because it's still stupidly what the fuck. So, for those who might not know, Epic Mealtime was and still is a channel about crazy food. And a long time ago, like 2010, 2012, they made a pizza with gummy worms. It was a big-ass pizza, and they made it with gummy worms. I don't think it was a candy pizza. I think it was just like an actual pizza. But it was like a 35-inch flatbread pizza with gummy worms. And then they ate it. And I think because it was supposed to be, like, content, they over-exaggerated how good it was, and it did not look good. It did not look good. That's all I can say. Cranch? What is cranch? What are we talking about cursed foods for? Conversation. I know these food conversations always go on for like far longer. There's a black sheep there. Is that good or bad luck? Nah, I don't remember. Oh yeah, speaking of, what was it? When I returned back, we were gonna go to a county fair or something like that. Sometime, I think, after I come back. And we were having a discussion of which fucking county fair it was. And I don't remember if it was... Yeah, I don't remember which one it was. But if it was the one where I had alligator for the first time, it'd be interesting to taste it again and see if the tastes match up in my head. Looked up what white monster tastes like, because I had it yesterday, and completely unprovoked, I found this gem of a comment in a Reddit thread. I'm sorry? First off, what is white monster and what does it taste like? Second, I'm extremely concerned for whatever this is. I'll check it in a moment. I'm not an energy drink person, so when I hear energy drink flavors, it's like, ugh. Be back in a bit. All right, I'll still be here. Don't worry about that. How close up do I want this anyway? I can probably terraform a bit more. I got 3 shovels. I should probably close up that hit over there too, so don't fall in it. It's a brand, the flavor. The flavor is white. Is it like coconut flavored, or is it just the flavor white? Because if it's just the flavor white, then what flavor is that? It's like the white airheads. Like, yeah, what flavor is white? It's white flavor. Huh? Next, you're gonna tell me that the purple stuff that they show in those Sunny D commercials is just flavored purple. It's gotta be based on something. I mean, mind you, confectionery flavors are never based on what they're actually described to be. Like, watermelon Jolly Ranchers taste fucking nothing like watermelon. I don't know who came up with that. everyone did it, so I tried it. Again, never been an energy drink person, so I'm honestly kind of glad I've missed this boat as much as I have. My energy drink of choice, for lack of a better word, is fucking coffee. So that's what I have to deal with. Listen, you're gonna believe this, but purple tastes like purple. We live in a society. I cannot believe this. I will not take this sitting down. Even though I'm not going to get up. I will go to the town hall and ask them why have they cursed us with the knowledge that purple tastes like purple. Mysteries of the universe. I need more dirt. You know what's inevitably going to be happening while I'm doing this terraforming business? I'm going to flatten this whole area out, and I'm not going to use it. That's what's going to happen. I've done it before. Purple is grape with like some Mexican citrus fruit. I forgot what it's called. Mexican citrus fruit. I get the grape flavor. That makes sense. But Mexican citrus fruit. Dragon fruit? Yeah, that's a good guess, I guess. Is that what it is? I hope that's what it is. I haven't heard someone talk about dragon fruit in like 5 years. Weird question. Does anyone know if there's any, like, durian-flavored drinks or candies? What would that even taste like? I hope y'all know what durian is. It's the stinky fruit. But, like, I would assume that candies flavored like that would exist somewhere. What do you mean, dragon fruit? Dragon fruit tastes like air. Like, think about that. Think about, because I've heard that durian actually does taste pretty good for fruit. I've never had it. I'm probably not going to anytime soon unless I get really adventurous. But imagine that. Like, okay, all right, okay. Of all the things, why? You know what? Why did I expect anything else? Also, don't tell me you looked this up and that was the first result, because I'm not sure who I could be more concerned about, you or the internet. It's always the internet. You know, I'm looking up, it just says citrus though. It just citrus? That's just, the flavor is citrus? That seems a bit non-specific. First with that knowledge ages ago. What, you mean the whole thing? Never mind, not gonna say it. Durian and, like, honeydew. That makes more sense. That makes more sense. Honeydew makes more sense. So it's just flat citrus flavor. Like, they're not even trying. Oh, what flavor is your candy? Fruit? Yeah, what kind of fruit? Fruit? Dude, I'm gonna need more specifics than that. It just says fruit. But, like, what kind? Fruit! I don't know. Oh, uh-oh. Ah, come on. Alright, still need to clean some of this area out. And I'm out of bread. Oh, we have to farm now because I'll starve. Why are you buying clothes at the soup store? I'm at soup. What do you mean I'm at soup? I'm at soup. What store are you in? What? The one I'm having right now tastes like mango and Spanish. I've never had Spanish flavor. Pray tell, what does it taste like? The ocean and conquistadors? I'm very curious now. My God, this dish is wonderful. What is it made out of? Is Spanish? Is Spanish cuisine? No, no. It is made out of Spanish. What? Yes, sir. This restaurant right here. The fact that we live in a world where descriptions are so vague sometimes that that would actually make sense. Oh, what food are you having? Oh yeah, I'm having Chinese. Oh, what kind of Chinese? Chinese? Oh, so you mean like teriyaki, like wonton soup, like Chinese food? Chinese? It's just random words that are Spanish and then okay. So it actually is something. You just can't read it. Spanish for sure tastes like cacti fruit in Dungeon. I do, you know, weird thought experiment. What would the distinctive flavor of a European country actually taste like? Like, if you were to distill a country's cuisine down into explicitly one flavor, what would that be? I'm not saying like one dish, like one flavor, like one thing that, oh shit, one thing that defines the cuisine. That actually is very difficult to think about. Oh, you can't read it. I think I have enough bread now to continue. Yeah. Put an apple in here. Yay, stack of bread. Perfect. It's still very funny to me how the Minecraft player character just eats an entire loaf of bread in one sitting. It's very accurate to me. I don't know if I would eat 64 loaves, but a full loaf, yeah, I can do that. Like it's not sliced, it's not like toasted. There's no butter, just a whole loaf of bread just in his mouth. Sigma grind set level bread eating. Ouch. Oh, there's like path blocks here. I don't want these. Let's get rid of these. Oh, you can't understand it. Hawaiian bread hard. What is Hawaiian bread? I know Hawaiian pizza. What is Hawaiian bread? Now I'm curious. Like, I'm very sheltered when it comes to bread. I know rye, I know pumpernickel, naan. What is Hawaiian bread? A lot of it is easily influenced because there's one Spanish word at the end of each sentence, but I know what the words mean. Honestly, props. Bread with pineapple. Oh, I really hope not. I'm praying that it's not just that. Oh, it goes hard. Oh, okay. Hold on. Checking it out. Hawaiian bread. You're not telling me what it is. You just showed me recipes. Oh, it's like a sweetbread using... Okay, so it is using pineapple. Look at that. Actually weren't that far off. It's not like pineapple slices like I was thinking. It's just pineapple juice. Very much a dessert bread from what it looks like. That's almost like... what's the fucking Japanese bread that we have here? Is it melon pan? Something like that. I've never had it. I'm not really a fruit person either. But it's essentially bread, but it's flavored like what melon? It's something. Yeah, Hawaiian bread uses pineapple juice. That's what it says on the recipes. Fiesta like there's no mañana, along with the lines of party like there's no more. Yeah, that's what that means. That's really, really bad. That's like Spanglish. God, that reminds me of weeb speak. Did I ever tell y'all about the time I wrote an entire research paper on pigeon languages? This is a really weird tangent, but I wrote an entire 17-page paper on pigeon languages. And not like languages that pigeons speak, languages that are hodgepodges of different languages put together. Like, you know that internet trope of people speaking like really bad anime terms? Yeah, it was 17 pages. You know that internet trope of people speaking like really bad anime terms like watashi wa your nakama desu or something like that? Like really horrible, like thrown in loan words with English and it just sounds horrible. Yeah, that actually happened back in like, was it No, it was the 1850s. Because both Portugal and the United States were trading with Japan, and because they couldn't communicate with one another, they just kind of started throwing words at each other, and they made this like really horrible Frankenstein-y language where they were just, one was speaking like Portuguese Japanese, the other was speaking Japanese Portuguese. It was a very silly time, but hey, at least they traded. And then, you know, the United States came by and said, hey, we'd like to open up the country, stop having it be closed, and the future continued from there. Can't wait for once they go to Spain. Good luck! Europe's pretty cool. I want to go myself. I don't understand how people write long papers. About that. So, it was my thesis for my language degree. So it was a big paper. It was assigned 2 months before it was due. I did it in 3 days. I did a 17-page paper in 3 days. I don't think I've ever espoused that little token of knowledge. Yeah, 3 days. Listen, when I put my mind something, it gets done. And yeah, it had, what was it, 14 citations, 2 appendices, 15 pages of body work, and 2 pages of afterword. And I got like a 90-something on it, so it happened. It was a thing that I did. Like, I don't want to do this, you just want your paycheck. I write 2 paragraphs and it's a win-win. Yeah, no, that's, yeah, I appreciate that energy, trust me. But yeah, I realize now, that might have been stupid, because I probably could have just taken my time with it and wrote it even longer. But I am nothing if not a procrastinator, so that's just how we roll. Speaking of dumb things that I've done in school, back in, was it health class? I think it was health class back in middle school. Mind you, like, health class in middle school was super fucking boring because you learned about, like, how bad alcohol was, what injuries are like, sex ed, stuff like boring things that people already know about and shouldn't, or don't care enough about because they'll be drinking when they're 20.
Huh?
Huh? You know what I mean. But there was a time when we were doing, what was it? Oh, it was like, I think the topic was addiction or something like that. It was like drugs, alcohol, whatever it was. And mind you, I was a self-righteous little asshole when I was a kid. So I decided to do a presentation on how social media is dangerous, which I still think it is, people. It's not good for us. It's a way to interconnect and make friends and such, but oh my god, we have to put the phones down sometime. Anyway, we were allotted like 8 to 10 minutes to present. I ended up running 17, and everyone was interested, so I mean, I guess I was doing something right. I nearly doubled the length by just rattling on my prophetic nonsense. But that's how I roll. Almost failed English, not because it was hard, but because it was easy. I got bored of writing papers. Wrote 5 out of the 100-point assignments in an hour or two. Late, but 100-point assignments nonetheless. Hey, you got it done. If it's a late assignment, you still got it done. It's called cramming. It's not a good habit. It is a very, very bad habit. Like, extremely bad. Alright. I've cleared out a decent amount of area. I definitely need to clear out more of this, but I want to keep some of the natural land generation here. I also want to, like, include the hills somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do this. It's going to be tricky, because there's a fucking mountain right here that I have to work with. Actually, let me go up some and see how flat the mountain up top is, because I might put it up here, actually. I notice it's a bad habit, but I have not stopped because I do not care. Listen, if there's any addiction that's hard to break, it's a bad habit. I still have not stopped, like, procrastinating on important things. I will do it the morning of if I have class at 9 a.m. and working on it at 4 a.m. But, like, that's how bad. It's bad. Oh, this is kind of... Oh, this is actually really flat. It's an option. It's an option. Off topic, have I heard of or seen that Paleo Pines game? That would be a no. That is a term I've never even heard of, so... You have piqued my curiosity, if you'd like to share. Meanwhile, I have to figure out how I'm going to plan this out. Cute dinos. Really? Is it like... No, I'm not going to draw any comparisons, because whenever I do that, I'm always off. Welcome back! Alright. I am going to start... I need a good elevation point. You can befriend and ride the dino. That sounds adorable. That sounds completely adorable. Dinosaur! Had math first thing in the morning. Towards the end of the school year, I started doing my own math homework a few days before class. Honestly, same. I've done that. That's just how we roll. Okay. Paleo Pines is for demo right now, but I think it's coming out in September. I'm gonna actually, let me check this real quick. Paleo Pines. Demo out now. Demo out now. Exploration farming simulator that allows players to create an island full of townsfolk. And friendly dinosaurs. Hang on a sec. I gotta get some screenshots. It's adorable. First off. It's got like that 2D drawn style. That's cute. I'd have to check gameplay of it. I'm not gonna do that right now. But that seems cute. I haven't done indie games in a bit. I'm weird. I'm not a farming simulator kind of person though. Like I dodged the bullet on like Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley. Those technically aren't farming simulators. It's more of like life simulators, I guess, but never really swung that way. I've dabbled, mind you, but never really. It's not my sort of game style. I'm an action-oriented person most of the time. I'm not even kidding. Minecraft is like the closest I come to farming simulators. Which is a dumb thing to say, but it's true. All right, so we got a path leading up here. This is where we're gonna have the mouth be. Oh, I know. Okay. Let's place the first block down. So let me make sure that this is odd. It is. Place it right here. Using gravel so it stands out from the grass. Like you reminded about. Oh, the Reddit comment. Right, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Let's check this menagerie out. Hold on. Excuse me one moment. So here's this masterful screenshot for your viewing pleasure. Oh, hold on. I'm moving something I shouldn't. Let me just, Are there unsaved changes? Whatever. Shut up, OBS. Oh, shit. Ignore me. Being a goof. There we go. Okay. Let's upscale this. Whenever I get a package of plain M&Ms, I make it my duty to continue the strength and robustness of the candies of species. To this end, I hold M&M duels. Taking 2 candies between my thumb and forefinger, I apply pressure, squeezing them together until one of them cracks and splinters. That is the loser, and I eat the inferior one immediately. The winner gets to go another round. I have found that, in general, the brown and red M&Ms are tougher, and the newer blue ones are genetically inferior. I have hypothesized that the blue M&Ms as a race cannot survive long enough at the intense theater of competition that is the modern candy and snack food world. Occasionally, I will get a mutation, a candy that is misshapen, or pointier, or flatter than the rest. Almost invariably, this proves to be a weakness, but on very rare occasions, it gives candy extra strength. In this way, as the species continues to adapt to its environment, when I reach the end of the pack, I am left with one M&M, the strongest of the herd. Since it would make no sense to eat this one as well, I pack it neatly in an envelope and send it to M&M Mars, a division of Mars Inc., Hackettstown, New Jersey, 17840-1503 USA. Along with a 3x5 card reading, please use this M&M for breeding purposes. This week they wrote back to thank me and sent me a coupon for a free half-pound bag of plain M&Ms. I consider this grant money. I have set aside the weekend for a grand tournament. For a field of hundreds, we will discover the true champion. There could be only one. Man is doing Darwinian biology with fucking M&Ms. Oh my god. What an absolute legend. Thank you for that. That is a god tier comment. Hydrate, thank you. Accidentally swallowed air. Fucking, of all the things that you could do, listen. People do dumb shit with their food. Yeah, people do dumb shit with their food, mind ya. But, like, that is next level, you know? Oh, and I'm gonna make sure I get the center point. Bump. Okay. So we got 5 coming out. Someone give me a random number between 20 and 40. It can be big, it can be small, doesn't matter. I'd appreciate actually more on the bigger side. I gotta cut down another tree while I'm in the meanwhile. 36, 38. Okay, so you know what? We'll meet in the middle. 37. I'd like to remind you this is a comment section asking what white monster tastes like. It looked like a copy pasta. It looks like a copy pasta, so that's probably just on that subreddit. Or like pulled from a food subreddit. Alright, 37. Off we go. So let's see, this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh shit, 15. 9, 6, 34, 35, 36, 37. 5 a.m., so try to get some sleep. Good for you. Pay attention to your sleep schedule. Have a good rest if that is what you're about to go do. May sweet dreams come to you. Oh, God! Well, you ain't getting any rest now! Thanks for that. Do not care if it's a copy pasta because it's my favorite. Yeah, no, it's gold. It's absolute gold. Alright. Time to pull out some mathemagics. 37 divided by 4 is what? 9.25. Seven, 8, 9, and we're 1 short, so we ended up with 36. That's fine. It's a bit more even to what I was looking for anyway. Oh no, did I break that? Oh. You are very welcome. Have a good rest. Why is it always nighttime? I should probably bring my bed out here so I don't have to run back through my town again. Soon I will breathe life back into this, but not for a while. Not for a long while. Meow. I hear you, buddy. I hear you, Isaac. Isaac the cat. So the plan of action is I need to make like a, what would you call it? Like a semi-hexagonal shape. It's not like, it's not gonna be a perfect hexagon. Oh great, there's a creeper. It's not gonna be a perfect hexagon because I'm trying something a bit different. I don't know if I'm gonna be using the gravel for the outside here, but I do want, you know that like stony texture that older castles are built on? It's like they just pile up rubble in the corners and they just build it on that. That's kind of what I'm going for. Isaac, you silly goose, that would be genocide. What was that, Isaac? You're J. Robert Oppenheimer and you decided to create the first ever nuclear weapon? No way, buddy. Yeah, I'm gonna do like a patterned texture on the outside. I just have to figure out how I want to do this. I gotta go 37 on the other side too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 36 is perfectly divisible by 9. Six, 7, 8, 9. Oppenheimer is a dangerous movie because it means the lizards will find out about nuclear. Oh no! Not my pet iguana. You're telling me there'll be a lizard uprising? I don't actually have a pet iguana. Did I do that wrong? Hold on. This should be 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 3, 6. Nope, did it right. Okay. So now, I want it to be decently sized, so we're gonna go over here. Actually, let's count. Oh, the ones that are disguised as fish birds. Not those lizards! 9, 10, 11. Oh, damn you, shovel. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, so 80 hits the wall. Is that a lot of space? 80's decent. Let's see. 36 times 2. Dude, you're gonna hear a lot of math while I'm building because I do a lot of stuff with math. 36 times 2 is 72, plus 1 is 73. 73 by 80 is almost a perfect square, so I actually want it to be a bit further in. So 81, 82. We're gonna have to cut into the mountain, which kind of sucks. But it's an inevitability. Actually, this might be to my benefit. A plan has hatched in my brain. This right here, this little section, I'm gonna do something with this. I'm still doing the outside though. I believe they have malicious intent. I would not put it past them. Okay. So now we can pretty much just go straight. I'm gonna box this area. Ah, gravel. One of the most generally useless materials unless you're doing construction work. It's good for flint, but once you have like a flint and steel, you don't really need any others. Also, you can make... Is it? Yeah, it's flint that's used for arrows, right? But there's basically no reason to do that when skeletons drop them every 5 seconds. Oh, that's a hole. Probably a good idea to cover this up. Oh, I'm out of dirt again! Gravel goes hard. I don't know what people are talking. It's a building material and it's not really much else. Let's be honest with ourselves. It's used for trapping people underground and not killing them, but making them really struggle. That's what it's used for. We'll take no further input on this. Okay, so that's that section. And then we're going to do it on this side too. My idea is to at least build this up like a tier or so. Okay, but like it's a block. Blocks are building material. Yes. Builders rejoice. Oh, I just realized. Hold on. Pardon me 1 second. I just realized something is amiss with one aspect of my wonderful stream. It's not really that wonderful. It's scuffed as fuck. But I need to grab something. Go on then. Oh dear, I opened it up 3 times. Uh-oh. Browser, please. I lost my 2-year hardcore world because of gravel. Hey, that's a good excuse to fucking hate gravel. Oh, well. Alright, well, normally, I think it's just because my browser hates me right now. But normally I have the music playing in the bottom section down there, but I'm gonna have to... Where is it? Oh, gonna have to disable that for now. Sag. It's fine. Scuff be scuff. I completely forgot. I have this, like, this side add-on called Snip, and it grabs whatever's on my Spotify to, like, show what's actually playing. And I guess I didn't launch it, and it won't launch now, so whoops. All right, we have a build zone, and it's quite large. It's not extravagant, but it's quite large. All right, so I'm gonna need to build this up a little bit. How much? Ooh. This might be a problem because I probably need a decent amount of gravel. I'm not building up the entire flat with gravel. That would be a complete waste of material. But I do need at least a decent rim. So let's hope I have some left. I can always readjust with the material I have. This is how we do. This is how we build. In small step. That's all the gravel I have, eh? Well, shit. All these. Anyone want gray rocks? No. All right, cool. I am gonna need a pickaxe though. Always with these iron tools that I keep forgetting about. I'm not gonna build up too far on the edges, but I do need to expand them out slightly. Because having things be in a perfect box is really ugly. Oh, I forgot to spread these out. Blop, blop, blop. Oh, I had iron on me. Waste of materials. It's a mess. Everything's a mess. Help me, won't you help me? Pickaxe time. I actually need to see what combination of materials will look best, because I have quite a bit of gray stone that I can mix and match. But if it's too patterned, it'll look gross. If it's not patterned enough, it'll look really splotchy, so I have to be careful. But first I have to expand out the gravel rim a little bit. Or I can cut in the corners. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll cut in the corners a little, but widen the sides. As a jagged edge like this never looks great. There we go. Do not turn into flint. I don't know why, but it's jarring seeing someone walking around with their shield in their offhand. Well, every single time that night comes, I just sleep, so... How am I supposed to be in fear of the mobs if they don't exist? They absolutely do exist, and I will get ganked at one point. But I like to believe in a thing called love. Need more dirt. It's always dirt with this one. Next, you're gonna tell me you need more gravel, and then you're gonna tell me you need more ground materials, and then we're gonna have another fucking fiasco, ain't we? Probably should have a torch in my offhand for when it gets nighttime, though. And cover up the holes. Savannah biome. Holes. 2 peas in a pod. I think it's just because it's, like, semi-mountainous. There we go. I'm actually gonna go grab a bed. That way I don't have to continuously run back to the house. Ow. My server with friends, I'm a spooky guy that's allergic to the sun, so I just have to cope. That's fair. I mean, hey, if you light up the underground, stuff usually doesn't spawn. But if you like the dark, if you're Bane from Batman, then yeah, maybe being bored in the darkness, that could cause a lot of mobs to constantly chase after you on a repeated basis. I, for one, am a pansy, and I hate dying, so... Yeah, I'm gonna grab a bed quick. This was Jerry's bed. I remember when he used to dance around and say, "Huh," and he got killed. Poor Jerry. I don't even know if his name was Jerry. You know, that's kind of it's kind of dark. I named him post-mortem. There we go. Now, as long as I don't break that, I'll have a spawn point to work with for majority of the time. Oh, I didn't need to put this here. Grab the gravel. Make sure that that's at least a nice bent corner. It is. And then we continue working out this way. It's fine, I could channel my inner 4th dimension and become incorporeal. Spooky. One thing I'm actually pretty happy I've learned how to do, at least to an extent, is natural world generation look. I mean, it's not perfect, but I built islands and mountains before, basically entirely by hand. I used to do everything in like perfect circles and perfect squares and things like that. But then I realized, hey, if you freehand it and you just mess around a little bit, it'll eventually look kind of like it was supposed to be there. Mind you, all I have right now is a bunch of gravel lines, but that is going against what it will look like. I'm gonna make it 2 or 3 wide. This does mean nobody can see my skin. I accidentally made too big and down a little mod specifically to use. Well, with accidents comes new opportunities. Alright, so I need to check something really quickly. I need to grab, let's make a quick 16 by 16 box. Not, whoa, 16 by 16, 4 by 4. That is 5 by 4. And let's grab the cobble, tuff, and the andesite. And pick random spots out. And just fill them in appropriately. With the andesite, it looks okay. With the cobble and tough, it's a bit awkward. Hold on. Let me get rid of the tough. The tough might be a little too dark. Okay, so that's with andesite. That's close. It's close. Let's throw cobble back in. That's not bad. This also means they can't see my name on the minimap and can scare them as a creeper with said mod. You're just a little bastard on that, aren't you? I don't know. If I include cobble, I can have another material that I can use. But it might make it look a little weird. No. I mean, it looks okay. It looks okay. Let's... Hold on. Use the tough and cobble to fade into the castle block. Let's try that. That's a good idea. So we want... Let's say 2 andesite. And then cobble. And then cobble. And then another andesite here. And then tough. And then more cobble. And then another piece of andesite. And then more tough. More cobble. More tough. Oh, yeah! Because it gets darker as it goes. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. Okay. I like that. So then that means that this is going to have to be, I think, 4 wide now. Because my intention was originally going to be about 3 wide, but I think I'm going to have to have this be 4 wide. Win indeed. That was a very good idea. Pat yourself on the back for that one. First, though, we're going to have to actually, like, flesh out the edges. So, let's start from... I have the mid block there, so I'll start from here. Larger scale, I could probably put 1 or 2 tough every once in a while. Yeah, I probably could. The plan right now is to just kind of widen out this frame here. It's going to go up in elevation a bit, too. Alright, out of gravel, so let's start mixing in the andesite. I just need more gravel for building, you know? Like, I actually need more gravel proper. Because I don't think I'm going to have enough even with mixing and matching blocks here. But at the very least... start kind of digging out corners. And then andesite. And then same thing here. Block blending is one thing I've never really figured out, so this is definitely a starting point. It's probably one of the trickiest things. Because if you get it wrong, it looks really wrong, but if you get it right, it looks fantastic. Always have it when you don't want it, and never when you do. Yep! That ain't the truth. I do want it to be predominantly gravel and then fade into the next block set, so... Because that's how it would look, right? It'd be tiny stones and then bigger stones and then bigger stones. You know? So So let's actually start building out with andesite here a bit. A lot of building things where I'm like... I'm gonna run out of andesite, too. How long have I had this world? Oh my god, when did I start this? When did I start this? Was it back in December? I don't remember when I started this. I started this so long ago. I'm gonna say at least like 6 months. Time do be a flying. Mind you, I'm a very slow progressor, so a lot of the stuff that most people would like have. I mean, I took until, was it last month or the month before to beat the Ender Dragon, so I'm slow as hell. But it's part of my playstyle. Oh shit. I missed! I'm a builder by nature. I'm not really an explorer or the material gatherer. I am the king that the peasants return to with the blocks most of the time. Which is a horrible thing, but it's just how I am. Okay. And then we'll build up... I'm just placing the andesite preemptively to get my idea of how tall I want this to be. And the nice thing is I can go back and break stuff. I also need to I need to put out a spot on the corners for like parapets and such, which I completely forgot about. I'm probably using that term wrong, but I mean like the tall pillars on the corner of the walls that people use as lookout towers most of the time. I need those in a corner somewhere. Mind you, this entire spot is not going to be a full castle. It's going to be just walls into like a little mini inner sanctum area and then buildings inside. Also a builder, not a material gatherer. By this I mean I'm lazy and steal my friends' blocks. Yeah, I've done that too. I ain't innocent. If I need materials and they've already been collected, why do I go do it myself? And they're right there for me. Just waiting to be grabbed. Okay. Already, that doesn't look horrible. Why is it... Is it raining? Or is it thunderstorming? It was a thunderstorm. I just got up, Minecraft, and you're making me sleep again. What do you think, I have narcolepsy? This game, I tell you. Alright, I'm gonna have to replace a majority of this with tough now. And then we'll move down and use cobble in the remaining sections. Oh. The tough and the deep slate are probably gonna go really well together. Now that I think about it. I also have to put cobble in the corners. And then like this, and maybe one in here, and like on the corner there. And then fill in the rest. Yep, nice. Okay. Probably can put a piece of tuff here. And I still have the cobble on me. Okay. Let's knock out some spots for cobble to go. I'm obviously not blending the tuff into the andesite. I'm blending the gravel into the andesite, into the cobble, into the tuff. I think that's the best way I should go about it. But it is supposed to be messy because that's how stone is. So. I'll put one here. Crumbled stone, crumbled man-made reinforced stone, man-made cobblestone. Yeah, that makes more sense. I'm kind of going by color, though, too. And the gravel is a light, almost like reddish, purplish kind of hue to it. And then the andesite is pure gray, and then the cobblestone's a darker gray, and then the tuff is a darker gray. And then deep slite's going to be really dark, so that should be a good path upwards. And mind you, it is supposed to look random. And that. Oh, didn't want to put that there. Just be reinforced like the cement or whatever. Yeah. But remember, this is Minecraft. Are we thinking realistic? I can probably get rid of... Oh, that's right. I can't because it's gravel. Fuck. Yeah, I can't get rid of any of that. I can get rid of this block. Which they would also put in cobblestone. Okay, yeah, so then I am kind of making sense with whatever chaos I've created. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. I almost want it to be more mixed up. Could put dirt under it. Yes, I could. Shit. Trying to do the break in place. Damn you! Fine. You'll make me do it the hard way. And I made flint. Oh. I almost want to mix in a little bit more of the cobblestone down here. Just to add a bit more to the gravel. That way it's not just pure gravel all the way up. Yeah, that looks better. Wait, actually, this spot probably use a touch up. Yep. There we go. Level of randomness, I think, depends on how natural you want it to look. Yes, very much so. There is areas where it's streaks in lines, and I look at that and I go, that's not random enough. But most of the time, it's like you probably wouldn't see it. That's the tricky thing. Again, that's the tricky thing about trying to make blocks look semi-natural or interchangeable, is you'll get patches where there will be just random strips where things look exactly the same. And in reality, that's how it would probably look. You'll have stuff that just ends up being in patterns because that's just what happens. But to the human brain, pattern is not random. So you'll go, oh, I need it to be more random, and then it's actually not random anymore. That looks good. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. That looks good. All right, so now I just have to continue that on this way. See, progress. Did I cover this up? Nope, it's just a cave down here. Okay. And another shovel broke. Next. I instinctively checked over to hear what music I'm listening to, and I can't see it because the snip's broken. It's weirdly fitting. Shout out to World Edit for /set. Yeah, the randomizer function in World Edit makes all this handcrafted bullshit just completely irrelevant. I don't know. I'm actually insane though. I've done a lot of big builds like in creative without using World Edit even once. It's there. I have the option. It's like, just use it. It'll make your time so much easier. But I don't know. I seem to get more enjoyment out of placing stuff by hand, and it wastes so much of my time. Disagree, honestly. It'll be random, but you don't get the cool gradient. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I only say that out of sheer laziness. Like, I mean, it's easier to do things when you're lazy, you know? It's easier to do things when it is lazy. Oh my god! It's good to see ya! It's been a minute. Hope you're well. I'm currently planning out how I want this sort of high-rise section. Miss you too, buddy. I miss you too. Glad to see you, at least. Again, hope things have been well. I got MCC, so if you want to play sometime, we can, and if not, that's fine. I actually will be, my schedule will be kind of up in the air over the next month or so. Again, I would love to, but it's going to be one of those times where I'm like, I don't know. Because I'm going to be moving back home, and then I'll have, like, a bunch of things I got to do, and yada, yada, yada. It's going to be kind of crazy. But yeah, if I come around to it, and you're still alive and kicking, which I really hope so, you're a cool dude, I'm down. Trust me, I'm down. Master Chief Collection. Halo. We talked about it a while back, and just started espousing random trivia about it, and I was like, yeah, I probably should play MCC one time. Man, I miss it. Didn't they add mod compatibility to Master Chief Collection too? I think they did. That makes me really want to play it soon. Oh, man. Halo's just one of those good ones, you know? I didn't necessarily grow up with it like some of my other friends did, but I played my fair share. What better to play with a Halo in order which the thine thou'st of the hill shall accommodate all ye wishes. My goofy ass was like a Minecraft shit. You know what? I don't blame you. What am I playing right now? They had Curse Halo's now in MCC. Oh, that's so cool. I really hope that that's what you mean, that it's now in MCC, because that's awesome. I wanted to play Cursed Halo for a long time. It's one of those things that's like, it's so fun. You make your plasma rifle look like it's from... Yeah, I know! I love that! I swear, Inferno... Something's wrong with Inferno Plus. Like, in the right way, you know? Something is absolutely wrong with that guy. He breathes chaos. Man lives and breathes chaos. Do you have it on Xbox? I have it on PC, which is slightly sedge, but I'm a PC gamer, heart and soul. And the crash gun. Oh, it's so stupid. Oh, that might cause some issues. Ugh. Oh yeah, because of it does have cross compatibility, but it's not the best. Again, we shall see. I gotta bend over backwards to make it work. It's not like I haven't done that in the past. Oh. Hello, sheep. Oh, so got some andesite. I do. Got it for days. Got it for days. Well, some people breathe oxygen. Anarchists like us breathe too much. Sorry, chemistry me ruined that joke by calling it oxygen when you clearly wanted me to say O2. Oh, too much. Alright, next layer is going to be... I'm going to do this a little differently. I'm going to do gravel, then cobble, then gravel, then andesite, then cobble, then tough, and then mix and match it when I go back. So that way I can, like, do double duty. I expect financial compensation within the next month. Thank you for doing business. I'm gonna have to push you back on our call. We have about 60 other callers ready to take a deal. So if you would wait kindly, we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for holding. But my figurine's been on back order for 6 months. Yeah, 6 months is fucking stupid, dude. Think I give a shit about your figurine? You'll fuck yourself. Every shop caller when you try to buy something from them. I expect no more than 50,000 euro. Let's widen this out some. I might actually make this only 3 on this side because it's kind of... Oh, that's tough. Oh! I'm out of cobblestone. How? But sir, it's vintage. It has mold actively growing in the hinges. Sir, I bought it from a shady shop dealer in East Saskatchewan. It's an antique. It's priceless. So then why are you selling it to me? My dad asked me to sell it. You know, how the fuck am I out of cobblestone? I gotta go actually get some. Halo fun fact. Oh, back with these again. I love them. The Book of Halo, Fall of Reach, released October 30th, 2001. And Halo CE released November 15th, 2001, making the books older than the games. That's something I didn't know. Well, actually, most of it is stuff I didn't know. But that's really interesting. Because in my heart of hearts, I genuinely believed that the games came first, and then they developed the mythology after. So they had that all planned from the start. Ah, good on you, Bungie. You can do something right. Trust me, they've never been bad with their lore. So this is a prequel. Ah! That would be why. It is called Fall of Reach, so that makes sense, because chronologically, Reach did go first. It was a time when everything had turned to shit. I'm just gonna try to get at least a stack of cobble so I can use it for block manipulating. What I'm gonna do, so that I have an idea for what I'm gonna do on the right side, is I'm just going to build up the wall on the left first. I'm I'm gonna do halvesies. So that way I have a model for what I want the rest to look like. Obviously, it is going to go straight into the mountainside and just exist in it. So, I think the funniest thing about Halo started when Xbox was like, make game, and they were just like, what the fuck? We can't do that. Yeah, there's actually a whole backstory on how like Bungie decided to make a game for Microsoft. I don't remember if it was an outright purchase, or if they were like influenced by the fact that the Xbox was coming out, but Bungie was originally making games for Mac. Like, they were making games for Macintosh PCs. Well, not even PCs, literally just Macs. And they eventually decided to hop on the, I think they got bought out. It's supposed to be an RTS game on Mac. Yeah. I think they got bought out. If I remember correctly, I think they got bought out by Microsoft. Well, not bought out. They, like, you know what I mean. Microsoft wasn't doing those massive acquisitions quite yet. To my knowledge, they did a lot right, specifically from 2001 to 2010, which was with Halo. You're talking about them fucking up Destiny. That's out of my realm. Yeah, that's a whole nother ball game. That's just them being a money grubby corporation yet again for the 50th time. I mean, that was their MO from the beginning. If you look at some of their old interviews, they were like, "We're here for the bank. we're here for money. That's why we wanted to make games, is because we want to get paid. So, yeah." And it's like, cool. Thanks for being honest, but also, fuck you. But yeah, the whole Destiny debacles, that's a whole different ballgame. I don't feel like getting into that right now. It's not a topic that I would like to discuss. When you've attached yourself by the hip to a game for basically 10 years and you're watching it like burn in front of your eyes, it's never the greatest thing in the world. And that's kind of what's been happening over the past few months. Hiller is the reason why the two-weapon system exists. Designating buttons for grenades and melee exist. Yeah, they sort of codified FPS. Like, obviously Half-Life was there before it, but they were the innovators that kind of standardized the rule, you know? It's kind of insane. In hindsight, it's really crazy. There's a reason why Halo is still touted as one of the best video games of all time, because it was so influential. Oh. All right. Let me just add some corner blocks here. I need more tough. And then we can start to mix and match proper. As long as they give me the product they promised. If it's, we want money, but take this beautiful game, then okay, I'm in. But if it's, fuck you, give us our money, and maybe, well, I don't even know what'll happen, but you might get a game, fuck you too. Yeah, that's what they're doing with Destiny, basically. They're influencing people to spend more time in the shop than they are actually playing the game, so. It's not all sunshine and roses with Bungie. It actually kind of never was, let's be honest. But it's real bad now. And it's only getting worse. That's kind of the what is it called? The modern gaming zeitgeist. That's what happened with Fallout 76. Yep. I just like the primary, secondary two-weapon system. I like the RPG and shotgun two-weapon system. But you gotta go to the Atom shop so you can buy a whitewood laminate, you know? You gotta get that whitewood laminate. It's all that matters in the world is whitewood laminate. Come to Fallout, we have a broken game. We will give you nothing. You will get whitewood laminate. I need to add more gravel. Is there any corner spots that I can probably fill in? Here. There we go. In some way, I'm glad so many games are shit, because I won't buy a $70 broken unfinished game. Instead, I'll buy a 10-year-old game that's polished and it's cheaper. Right? There's a reason a lot of people are turning back to old classics. I mean, there's still some of the titans of the industry who are still going strong, like FromSoft, Platinum Games, stuff like that. But that's because they're companies with a reputation that precedes them, and most of the time they do quality before quantity. Like, case in point, Elden Ring's DLC still isn't out, and it's been a year and a half, almost. Like, if you're really... Like, anyone who says that FromSoft is money grubby, just look at that and say, really? Are they? But yeah, a majority of the time, it's like, companies are just trying to get your money these days, and... we don't really think with our wallets all that often, so... They were given an incentive to continue, and we're giving them an incentive to keep going, so... Unless the train stops, the train will continue. I probably should put gravel in one of these spots. Yeah. If they were money grubby, they would have said fuck you to their fans at Peace Casual. That's what they're... Yeah, well, actually, that's what Bungie's doing, but FromSoft didn't do that. It took them 4 years to animate a single character to cross the Spider-Verse. It was worth it. Yeah, right? Minecraft certainly has changed over the past few decades. Yeah. That's another long story. As it stands right now, it probably has more to do with Microsoft than it does with Mojang. But yeah, you take one step into Bedrock Edition, and you go, wow, this is Minecraft. This feels more like a this feels more like a mobile game. Because there's just a lot of stuff that you can spend money on, you know? As an America, I find the ban on guns offensive. As a gun, I find a ban on America offensive. Remember when Herobrine was... Oh, what a classic time. If Herobrine isn't real... If Herobrine isn't real, then why did my dad overdose on Herobrine? I will continue to play the game. Exactly. That's the thing, too, about, like, gaming controversy, especially when it comes to, like, microtransactions and, like, pay-to-win and stuff like that. It's all well and good, and the principle behind, like, why people are up in arms about it is there, but people still play the game. So, if you're that adamant about putting your foot in the ground saying, no, I will not buy from you, stinky developer, stop buying from them. Like, just put the wallet away. It's that simple. But people don't think to do that. And all of a sudden, it's like, why is every game so expensive now? Because you won't stop buying game things, and you're making the situation worse. It's like, okay, chill. But people don't chill. They buy. They buy money. Because dopamine hit when you buy money. Sorry, I'm going off on a tangent. Yeah, don't spend your money on games that you really don't... Don't spend your money in games that you really don't need to be spending. That's all I'm trying to say. It's hard for Herobrine to exist when people are smart. Halo fun fact. Admiral Preston Cole, aka Biggest Dickest Thickness. Excuse me? Is the man who single-handedly beat the shit out of several Covenant fleets, and is basically the Alexander the Great of the UNSC. Oh, and by the time he died, he was 72, as I heard. It was worse, people buying the weapons and people selling the weapons. Yeah, pretty much. But fucking Biggest Dickest Thickness? Is that his tagline? That's amazing. Put me in a crew with that guy. Alright, let me make sure that this is properly random looking. Block there, that needs to be gravel. I can probably add some vertical tuff here. And one back here too. No, just the name I gave him. Okay. Elsa Gate on YouTube usually involves Minecraft. Oh, what is that again? I know it's really, really bad. Is it like the kids channel stuff that's super it's super fucking creepy, but it's targeted towards kids as like exploitative content? Hang on a sec. Why did it censor that? It didn't say. Okay. It don't make no sense. Oh, please, Minecraft, just pop up again. Don't crash. Okay, thank God. There we go. That looks better. Let's add a couple blocks here. I'm just gonna lift these up, actually. And a cobblestone piece here. Yeah, it looks like it gets its name from the Elsa videos. I'm trying to jog my memory because I've seen that controversy before. It is not pretty. It is very much not pretty. That's a whole rabbit hole. Literally. I can lift this up by a couple. Ooh. Need to fill that in. And then there was an andesite here, and then there was 2 tough right here and right here, and then this is going to be a cobblestone piece. There we go. Gaming fun fact, Chun-Li should squeeze the life out of zombies. I believe Twitch is evil and racist. Why did they I don't know. Automod is dumb. I've learned over the past couple of weeks that Automod is really stupid. I mean, it is an AI trying to prevent, like, hate speech, but come on. You got a shotgun. Quit hitting random people. Also, Chun-Li, eh? We have now identified your type. That looks randomized, right? I'm gonna actually build up a little bit here. Oh, here we go. To jog your memory, it is a neologism referring to a controversy surrounding videos on YouTube and YouTube Kids that are categorized as child-friendly but contain themes that were deemed inappropriate for mere children. Oh, is it like where people cosplay as Elsa and Spider-Man? It's like, Elsa has a baby and shit like that. Or like animations in that same vein, because now I remember what you're talking about. Yeah, that's bad. It's very pervasive too. Is it still going? I feel like it is. Minecraft had a similar thing with, what was it, Monster School? Yeah, that's what we're talking about. It's those fucking videos. But like that, the dark side of YouTube is super gross. Super, super gross. I actually am terrified for some of the youth with things that they see on the internet. Like, you'd think, oh, you can just use parental controls and prevent them from going on certain websites, and it's like, yes, but even public domain websites like YouTube still have utter garbage like that. Hold on, I gotta see another. And Lady Dimitrescu should really slice me to ribbons, which at least you definitely have a type. Definitely have an identifiable type if ever I've seen one. But yeah, those videos are super not cool. And I don't think it'll ever properly go away, just because of the way that like algorithms and targeted content works, which is a damn shame. Yeah, no, yeah. For anyone who doesn't know what Monster School is, the legendary, wonderful, hilarious, amazing guy Phoenix XC, who does Minecraft videos, uploaded a video a little bit ago talking about how there's really creepy Minecraft content targeted towards kids, involving much of the same themes as like the Elsa Spider-Man videos. And he went on a whole thing of like how bad it is and how it shows up on the front page and it's like super not good. And it actually, like, he actually did something. Like, he actually did something by publicly stating that that was an issue, and a lot of that content got removed. It's like, it didn't show up on YouTube's homepage anymore, which was super cool. Obviously, the content wasn't super cool, but the fact that it got removed was. Which is nice to see that a creator can actually make a change on a platform and not, you know, corporate, constantly getting shoved down your throat, you know? It's a nice change of pace. Obviously, that doesn't completely codbosh the entire issue, mind you, but it's nice that at least some of it got fixed. YouTube being so censorship is fine to protect kids, but do it on YouTube Kids. Not their fault. Kids just watch YouTube without parental. Yeah, right. There is a fine line to tread with that sort of thing, because it is the parent's responsibility to maintain a child's whimsy and wonder while also keeping their innocence. And, you know, kids are rambunctious. They're curious. They're going to go do shit that you wouldn't expect, especially when they have a computer or an iPad in their hand that they don't deserve at age 9. But the point is, you're never going to prevent a kid from finding a way around your bullshit. So you have to sort of figure out the best path forward that doesn't completely destroy every sense of innocence that they possibly have. And the internet's a really cruel place with a lot of gross people. So if it earns money, there's going to be something that shows up that's not good, and yeah. Halo fun fact, the only good thing we got from Halo 4 is Dump Truck Cortana. You know, to be fair, Cortana did look really good in Halo 4. She looked really good in Halo 4. I think it's just because the graphics were better, but she looked really good in Halo 4. She looked kind of disgusting in 1 and 2. Let's be honest with ourselves. Isn't FNF also a target for that sort of thing? Yes. Yes, it is, sadly. And it is even for kids. The worst part about that is Friday Night... I almost said Five Nights at Freddy's. I've done that mistake a couple times. Friday Night Funkin' was originally a Newgrounds thing, which is mainly like an adult website most of the time. I wouldn't say it's adult, but animators sharing content usually are adults, and there's a lot of really mature themes on that site. But much like any big fandom, it gets taken over if it's got a cartoony style by kids. So, yikes. And a parent deny it, so that responsibility to supervise what their kids watch, and it's the job of companies. Then we're going to go to a dark place of corporate greedy companies are responsible for us. Yes, yes, very much so. Again, fine line to tread, and there's no one clear solution. Like those mukbang videos. God. Not those two. All right, hold on. Let me focus up and start building this wall here while we're talking about really dark content. None of it's kid-friendly. That's the thing about, like, targeted content is... I mean, this is like comparing apples to oranges, but there was a lot of adult themes in kid media throughout the decades. It's just now that the internet is, like, all over the place and anyone can access basically anything, it's become much more of an epidemic where content that, like, normally has, like, tags that say, oh, this is for kids and stuff like that, seeps through the filters and you get really gross stuff. It just happens. All right, so the idea is we're gonna see what happens if I mix tile with brick. I'm curious. Deep Slate is such a cool block. It's such a cool block. Only thing that doesn't have Elsa Gate, thankfully, is drag. Really? I mean, I've seen. Okay, I'm really happy that that's not the case. I've seen Goku memes literally everywhere. It's like, oh, what's going on in Ohio? And it's like Goku on a bus or something like that. The fact that it hasn't been infected by Elsa Gate is honestly such a breath of fresh air. I think it's because anime is much more niche still. It's not as much. It really isn't. But it's not as popular as like Frozen, which is a kids movie, or Spider-Man, which is comics, which is like a super Western thing, and you know. That's why niche indie games are cool. Yeah, because they never get a big exposure, and none of that like weird, gross, cringe stuff happens to them most of the time. All right, let's see how this looks. So let's knock out a block here, block here, block here. Ooh, that's not bad. I have to be very specific with it though. That's not bad. It definitely still blends. It's just I have to be careful. Risk Raid. I mean, Risk Raid is such a. I know. I think I bought it. I think I bought Risk Raid 2. I'm gonna play it one of these days. Again, it's on the backlog. I've seen gameplay of it now. It looks like a fucking whale of a time, genuinely. And again, I have that friend who plays it, and he says it's a fantastic game. So, correction, JC Cortana looks the best in Halo Reach. Would you see her first? She was in Reach. I was about to say the same thing. Borg said it for me. She was in Reach. Poppy Playtime and Rainbow Friends are also YouTube help. Yeah, especially Poppy Playtime. Poppy Playtime got the FNAF treatment, but in the worst way. It got popular because Scary Game, and then it became its own demon, and it's really, really freaky. Not in a good way. I still think to this day that FNAF got the short end of the straw with the fan base, because let's be honest, I've said this before. The first game is really good. The first Five Nights at Freddy's game is really good because it was super unique for a very basic horror indie game. And by the time they got to the sixth, like by the time Scott Cawthon got to the sixth game, it was already like the pattern was already done and dusted. So he did what he did with it and turned it into basically a bombastic, both comedy and horror story game instead of like a proper, you know, what it was. Which is why I still to this day like 1 and 6 the most out of the whole series, but the fans, man. The fans. I feel like that's the entire reason why Security Breach even exists. Is because of the fans. FNAF 6, yeah, that's why I like FNAF 6. Because it had the most character-heavy, lore-heavy stuff. Really living life on one person. Well, I'm talking in third person because the comment's in third person. Directed at me. It makes it hard for anyone but kids to become the target demographic. Yeah. There's also that, what's that other really shitty horror game? What is it? Garten of Bonbon or whatever the hell? I've heard nothing but nightmare stories about how genuinely bad it is and how it keeps pumping out sequels. Oh yeah, game theory was a part of the reason why FNAF blew up too. But yeah, that sort of FNAF-inspired horror scene is super not cool. But Jumbo Porgs? You good? I don't know if that's something you wanna espouse to the espouse to the rest of the world. I don't know if that's something. I am concerned now. You heard me. Is that a threat? Sounds like you got something cooking in the tank that we rather would not know about. FNF is still worse than FNAF. Yes, it is, sadly. It very much is. Like the content that has been created for Friday Night Funkin' because of its Newground roots is great. It's so high quality. But the amount of controversy and weird people and like just so many aspects that just make you go, ugh. It's such a bad. It's you know when, like, let's be honest, fandom is the entire reason why a lot of games have bad energy most of the time, because fandom never knows when to control itself. But you know when like when like a game has bad stigma, it's like a miasma when there's a bad fan base surrounding a good game. Like, either the game caves to the fans, or the fans spread their influence far wider than it absolutely should go. And a genuine quality product turns into, what if porn? And it's like, oh god, please. Yeah, the creator did say you could do whatever you want with it. It's just, there's a lot of people who took that in the most egregious direction possible. On a more serious note, Garten of Bodbon is so fucking bad that it's genuinely a good time watching people play it. Yes, exactly. Like, it's hilarious to watch, but it's horrible to play. It's one of those. I have a ton of wheat seeds. Halo lore fact. Oh, good. Back to this. Recovery. One Spartan is noted as the can't help but playing with his food while stalking and killing the Covenant, which is why I love so much, because he's basically a Spartan who's also a psychopath, and his commanders were like, get him, we want him. Well, in the lore of Halo, isn't it just the best case scenario if, like, your soldiers are just blind to everything and just murder hobos? Isn't that what they wanted? Isn't that why they did that, like, child soldier program for the Spartan 2 program? Because they just wanted murder soldiers to, like, be invincible and defeat the Covenant. Just curious if the creator of FNF actually took down any mods. I don't think so. I think they've been really chill about it. It's mainly the fans that have taken down each other, from what I understand. I mean, I wouldn't put it past the creator to do stuff like that, because you never know, but it has been mainly the fans, which is always kind of a, yeah. Anyway, fandom in general follows basically every game everywhere. It's one of those things. And sometimes it's for the better, sometimes it's for the worse. There's very few fandom that are like 100%. Well, there's no fandom that is 100% clean. But there are fandoms that are good, like, generally. Also, get content was made of Dragon Ball. Goku would instant transmission to YouTube headquarters. Probably. Do you want the long and lore-heavy answer? Oh, for the Spartan 2 program? I mean, sure. If you're willing to sit down and write an essay, go right ahead. I ain't gonna stop you. You know me, I ate up that shit like groceries. I know a Roblox game got Ninja Muffin in trouble because I did a collab with the Sonic game and they were profiting off of it. Yeah, monetary gain is where most people draw the line, which is fair. That's one of those tightrope walkings that you gotta be careful with. But it was here's the thing with Friday Night Funkin' 2 specifically. It is on the scope of games, it is kind of a fad, if we're gonna be honest. Like, it doesn't seem to have... It has longevity, mind you, because they're still actively working on it. But it's not nearly as big in the public eye as it was before. Like, people still fucking talk about FNAF a bunch. People still fucking talk about Among Us a ton. Like, I don't think we're ever going to forget about Among Us. But, like, Friday Night Funkin', I don't know. I haven't really heard heads or tails of much of it. From the popular sphere much, which I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it definitely has had its time in the sun, let's say, where the entire internet was harping all over it. Now it's kind of, I wouldn't say faded into obscurity, it's just kind of more niche than it was. Probably should bring like 4 stacks of this tile slate. I really like this tile slate, by the way. It looks super awesome. Tiles. Tiles. And hey, even if I decide to mix and match later, I'm going to need all this tile anyway. There it is. There's the paragraph I was looking for. So somewhere at the beginning of the 26th century, the UNSC needed a way to stop insurrectionists, terrorists, from doing insurrectionist things. So they created the Spartan program, which failed at first. Sergeant Johnson was one of the first Spartans, but then in 2512, ONI, Space CIA, abducted 300 kids to become the second generation of Spartans, i.e. S2s. But the Covenant attacked in 2525, and so the Spartan training was accelerated to fight the Covenant instead of terrorists. There you go. People say that Ninja Muffin ran away with the Kickstarter money. You know, I've seen bigger blimps burn and die, so it wouldn't shock me. Community is like its own game in and of itself. There's so many Yes. What was it? It was one of the first times that people like swung by and said hey in like a large amount. I played, what was it? The fucking brain, please. The Blue Balls incident, which is that Trollge Files full story mode game for Friday Night Funkin', and the amount of skill that went into every aspect of that still blows me away with how good it is. It's still to this day. Let's see. Go kill lizard and dinosaur looking aliens instead of a maniac with a bomb strapped to his chest. Yeah, fair. better than fighting terrorists, fight aliens. Yeah, Trollge Files is still my favorite mod. They put so much work into it. And it's basically a standalone game. It just has the Friday Night Funkin' brand plastered on it. I love that mod to death. Like, the music still bangs. The music still bangs to this day. Honestly, I wish it was longer, but the amount of work that probably went into every aspect of that, it's like, you know what? I'm glad that we got what we got. Better than Indie Cross. Indie Cross? What was Indie Cross again? Was that the Cuphead, Sans Undertale, that one? Because that wasn't bad. It's just, that one's not as fleshed out, and I think that one's still being worked on, too. Mind you, Friday Night Funkin' mods are in development hell for 99% of their lifespan. So, the fact that it's still being worked on makes sense. As much as I hate to it, Imposter V4 might be the most high quality. Really? Imposter V4? I mean, good choice. Do I want a Dead Space take on Halo's universe and what it's like to fight the Flood? A Dead Space take on Halo's universe? I'm curious, do you mean like perspective-wise? Because yeah, sure. Cuphead, Undertale, Batum. How would you react to Trollge Files 3.0 came out with a bigger story? I'd play it. I'd play it. And upcoming is Hollow Knight. Yeah, that's what I mean, is they're still working on it. The fact that they're adding Hollow Knight, though, I don't know. I remember when I first actually found out about Trollge Files a while back. I think it was months after it had come out, too. And I was like, dude, this is a Friday Night Funkin' mod? I remember, like, Witty, what was his name? It was the guy with the bomb head. That was how far back my memory had gone, and I was like, this is the shit that people do now? This is crazy. Bendy and the Ink Machine. Oh! Yeah, I was wondering what the hell that was. I don't do acronyms that well. Or abbreviations. I was wondering what you were talking about. Look up Halo Mona Lisa. It's basically humans fighting the Flood, but it feels like Dead Space. Give me 1 second. Halo Mona Lisa. Afraid to repurpose her the transportation of prisoners years after the Human Covenant War. Runner through defenseless, which led to a flood outbreak. Killed most of the crew in 2515. Oh, so it's like the USG Ishimura, but in Halo universe. Cool. Audiobook motion comic thing on YouTube and is an hour long. Let me go to YouTube then. Trollge Files wasn't an FNF. It was its own game. Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Oh, wow. There it is. All right. I will check that out later. Definitely. Always the lore stuff. I haven't actually watched any Halo content in a while, so that might be a breath of fresh air. I tend to let stuff run in the background too. Like, video essays on games and things, so that'll be something to add. Imposter V4 has 70 songs, unlockable skins and cosmetics like in Among Us, and multiple revolutionary mechanics. Really, it's that fleshed out now. Which Trollge had the saddest backstory? The guy with the hat, the pianist, I forget his name. His was really fucking sad. And he was like friends with the crew as well, if I remember. Like his whole deal was that he was at one point friends with the agency, and then he became a Trollge and like Jenkins, thank you. Yes, Jenkins. Yeah, Jenkins' story was very sad. Most of it's pretty dark, so having just a general sob story, I think he's the clear winner on that. Though Legion's story isn't bad either. It's also kind of a sob story, but Legion's an asshole, so I have less respect. He did, you know, take over the entire universe. He just wanted the love of his life, yeah. Cry. Oh, missing. Jenkins teaches that being famous isn't always a good thing. Yes, exactly. That is the moral of that story. Because if I remember correctly, he did become, like the story goes, it's been a minute, so I'm having to sort of pull from memory, but he ended up becoming a famous pianist, and the love of his life either left him or died. I don't remember the exact specific. But it put him into a manic state, and he essentially let it all go to his head. And yeah, Trollge. Again, it's very spotty because it's been a minute since I've seen that mod. It's actually been months. But I do remember that story was very sad. 64 songs. That is damned impressive. Are they various artists, or are they all the same artist? Because if it's all the same artist, that's ridiculous. Oh. I wonder how tall I want this wall to be. Probably a decent height. I'm liking how this is coming out so far. Multiple, okay. Still, 64 songs for one mod is a hell of a lot. Most barely scrape by with 2 or 3 for a general number. Mind you, the more hands you have on deck for something, which I'm assuming Imposter V4 has a ton of people working on it now, the more you can push out. But still, that is impressive. Actually collabed with Inner Sloth to get the non-bit crushed Henry Stickmin voice. Really? They asked... Really? They asked Inner Sloth to get Henry Stickmin voice lines? That's cool. I mean, hey, indie... Well, people who work on FNF are basically indie people working on an indie game, so... Indie talking to indie working on indie. There you go. Right, Smiler did lose his daughter. Oh shit, you're right. I forgot about how sad Smiler's story was. And then he dies in the end because he... Did he kill... Who did he kill? I think he killed Derpy. After he trollgified. Everyone's story in that is sad. Maybe not JJ's. JJ's just an insane clown who tried to protect the children and went crazy. Working on it now. They're done with development at this point. That's still 64. It's been a long time. Honestly, to that crew, I say keep on keeping on. It'll be one of those times where it's like, holy shit, this mod is impressive. And yes, it is. Oh, the director moved on. So are they picking up the slack, or are they just taking their time with it so that way they don't overpressure whoever's left? Hopefully it's not a skeleton crew. That always sucks when a development project continues on, and then like right near the final development phase, they're like, all right, we're just gonna have to finish it with like 3 people. That I've seen that happen before. It sucks. So far, we're looking good. We're looking real good. Oh, I didn't want to build up. I wanted to get up here so I could have a top slate. I swear, deep slate is cooler than blackstone. Just specifically for the tile block. I might use blackstone in this build too, now that I think about it, because it is going to be, ow, dark. Trollage Files X Imposter V4. Do you want people to tear their hair out trying to put 2 and 2 together? That is utter chaos that you will bring onto the world if you try to do that. You probably do a skin swap like the videos I've seen online. That'd be pretty silly. Characters from one, characters from the other, redubbed. They got done what they wanted to. Oh, okay. Again, that skeleton crew thing, that's happened to a lot of things, and it sucks. Is it 2 up? It is 2 up. Hotline... What is Hotline 024? That's one I don't think I've heard of. Is it a Hotline Miami thing, or is it something completely separate? Black Imposter versus Legion. The alien versus the god of all reality. It's like power scaling, but instead of Dragon Ball, it's fucking Friday Night Funkin'. Alright, so let's actually start fleshing out this wall now. In a demo, it has 50. In a demo, it has 54? So there's 10 that are not available in the demo? That's basically the full game. This is basically the full thing. It has its own... What? That's a lot. That's a lot. I've never heard of this. Hold on. Let's look this up. Hotline 024. God, so many things. Get ready for a hyper funky adventure against work in progress. This character can mimic voices. Yeah, I'm gonna check this out. Okay, sorry, 27, Alyssa. Oh, okay. So not as many, but still 27. Not even Troll Files has its own. Yeah, not even Troll Files had its own ARG. Lost Space Girl was captured by a secret agent who's been used for experiments for years. All this changed when she decided to break out from prison. She found a lost skate park, decided to hide and live there. She stole some clothing and decided to disguise herself. She's been on the hunt for years, but she's never been found until now. Blue-haired dude and her girlfriend found this place. As we expected, they will cause a lot of problems. I'm sure there's a video upload of that whole mod being played out, and I will definitely check on that. That sounds like something insane. What would that have been like anyway? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. What would that have been like? It's all by one musician. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that level of craftsmanship is fucking crazy. And there are people who do that. And it's like, what? Utterly mental. Crazy people do exist. I love a Halo game where the intro is a recording where Marine says, "This is Sergeant Williams," says his unit he's in. This thing's tore through the base in an hour. We've heard stories about the Master Chief fighting them and prepared as best we could. But it's like we didn't at all. We're finished here. Just get this message to command and tell them to nuke the fucking place. No rescue mission, no body recovery team. Just fucking burn the place. Then the game starts. Edgy Halo. Edgy Halo would be a trip. Pull the band-aid off, 343. Do Edgy Halo. The fans are clamoring. Speaking of edgy, I don't know if this is relevant, but a game came out, I think it was last year or the year before, and it's called, what is it? It's Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins. It's yet another spin-off of Final Fantasy, and it tells the backstory of, like, the first villain in the entire series through his eyes. But in the original, his name's Garland, and in this, his name's Jack Garland. But you know the absolute, like, Sigma grind set protagonist who it's like, you know what, I don't need to listen to what you're saying. I'm gonna skip the cutscene. That is the entire fucking story for Strangers of Paradise. Like, the main character just straight up ignores people and says, get to the point. We're here to kill chaos. And, like, that's his entire character. The entire time he's just saying, like, we need to kill chaos. We're going after chaos. Where's chaos? I don't care about you. Where's chaos? It's like, it's so edgy, and it has no reason to be edgy. It's to the point where he's like, oh, what was it? What was the scene? He's like talking with a girl, and she's like, oh, I had to turn myself into a monster in order to prevent you from finding the something or other. And he's like, bullshit. Hits a button on a phone and walks away to what sounds like Limp Bizkit. Like, are we living in fucking 2002? Who is this edgy motherfucker, and why is he my favorite character in fiction? We need more edgy protagonists in modern games. It's admittedly not as high quality, but really good one is Orpal guy. With an O? Like Warhammer 4K, depressingly dark. That's what Halo lore is. It's incredibly sad and dark. Yep, FNAF versus Orpal guy. Why did I say FNAF? It's FNF. Dope, one shot, Friday Night Fucking Mom with two FNAF drunks. Go head to head at a pizza joint. Oh god, these mods. There's so many, and I've missed out. Oh shit. Besides one song that a bunch of people had helped. Yeah, 23. God. There's some talented mofos out there. I'm making sure I'm doing this right. Hang on. Brain, don't fail me now. That one is supposed to be... Yeah, because now that edge is too wide, so I can push it out by one. I'm hearing a skeleton. Bah, humbug. I do wonder how tall I want this to actually be. I'm getting an idea. Why the fuck do I hear a skeleton? Alright, now I gotta extend from this side. Sorry, I'm taking crazy pills whenever you hear mob sounds in this game. And then, bah! A creeper pops up behind you. Sometimes it's craziness, sometimes it's just pure apprehension. Make sure that's still 3 wide. That should be 4 wide. Oh, D-sides? I think I've heard of D-sides. Why the fuck do I hear a skeleton? Do-do-do-do. Fair enough. What if Sans Undertale in Minecraft? I'm gonna need a lot more deep slate. I can already tell. I'm not through that. I'm not through the full first half shulker just yet, but I will absolutely burn through that just by doing this wall. Make sure that's 4. That's 4. This should be 4. This should be 4. This should be 4. This one's gonna be 4 as well, and then I should just be able to connect these up, right? Just make sure. Yep. Cool. D-Sides is a bunch of remixes of existing mods, but a bunch of it is super high quality. Yeah, it's along the lines of what is it, B-Sides, which was like one of the first ones that came out mod-wise, which was a remix of the bass songs. That's cool. Hey, if all else fails, if you can't compose, might as well arrange, right? You know. I've heard remixes of some of the fan songs by the creators themselves, and when you remix something, it provides a whole new energy. So an entire mod dedicated to that sounds awesome. Boyfriend is actually stronger than Vegeta. Could he fuse with Goku and make what is it? Not Vegito, not Gogeta. What would the name even be? Gobufu? I don't know. B-Sides was kind of just the same thing with Jax in the chart. Oh, I'm thinking of a different one then. No, I'm thinking of the songs themselves. I'm not thinking of the charts. I'm thinking of the songs, like how they remix the songs. Boyfriend coup. We found it. We found the secret sauce. Yeah, I'm gonna need a lot more cobbled deep slate. Ugh. Well, at least I can get through the building the wall. Whenever you build a castle, you always start with a wall. But it's not even a castle. It's gonna be like a thingy thing. I'll figure it out when I go. Oh no, here's another one. Halo lore fact. At the beginning of Halo 2, Lord Hood, Ron Perlman, says something's not right. The fleet at Reach was 20 times this size. It's because the Covenant get knowledge of where the Ark is, but it's on a planet called Erd, Tyran. But it's the ancient name of Earth. So the Covenant think that humans don't live on Earth, thus they send less ships than they did to attack Reach, because they knew Reach was a human planet. And that's why the UNSC were able to fend off the Covenant. Huh. So, much like actual wartime, the Covenant had misinformation and screwed up. So it would have been way harder if they actually knew the proper terminology. Huh. Also, if you can't compose, then arrange would be inaccurate because composers for mods like Versus Imposter and Orpal Guy worked on it. Oh, okay. A lot of D-Sides Orpal Guy that they got the composer of Orpal Guy to work on, which is kind of funny. So the guy who did the songs, just helped remix some of the other ones. That's cool. What if DBZ started first airing today? Honestly, and this is coming from a 2023 perspective, it would probably be, it would be weird because if it didn't exist, there we wouldn't have a lot of the tropes that we have now. Yeah, Twitter would kill it, but it wouldn't. Sorry, it's not Twitter anymore. It's X. It just got rebranded. Fucking blow me. Anyway. From a 2023 perspective, I genuinely believe that people would dislike it because they would think it would be a generic shonen anime with way too many power-ups. Like at its time, like when it was first created, it was a very unique thing because shonen wasn't quite like that. There was no crazy power scaling. Obviously, it's based on the myth of Sun Wukong, but it's its own thing. There was no crazy power scaling. Calling your attacks wasn't really a thing in anime. People didn't spend 4 episodes powering up to fight one dude. You know, that sort of stuff. And it was like one of the biggest shonen anime at the time. Now, with the sheer number that have come out over the past decade or so, or even longer than that, it would just be looked at as another just cheesy shonen. It would, straight up. Because of when it came out and what it did and what tropes it codified. If it came out now, it would just be looked at as another of the bunch. That would be like saying what if the original 1992 Doom, like the old first-person shooter, came out today? People would think it A, looks really old, and B, there's a bunch of other games that are like it but look better. So why would you play it? And it's like, yeah. Oh, if it was rewritten today? Yeah, if it was rewritten today, it'd probably be darker. Definitely. I'd say if it was like, let's say it was remade today, it wouldn't be as campy, definitely. I think it would still lead shonen. Like I'd say it started getting dark with like GT. But trust me, I like GT. Anyway, as I was saying, it would be darker, I think. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Because I do believe that shonen has a bit of an edge to it. Yeah, he would, wouldn't he? Shonen has a bit of an edge to it these days. It's almost leaning towards like seinen adult. Sometimes. I mean, there's obviously like the really campy like hero saves the world level stuff, but there's a lot more dark themes present in shonen anime these days. So yeah, I actually do agree. I think it would be darker. I think it would be more violent. I like that perspective. Okay, sorry, I have one more mod in Hypno's Lullaby. Okay, I've actually seen that one. I've actually seen Hypno's Lullaby. That one's really good. And the second pass update that it got, where it fleshed out more of like gold side of things. It's really good now. It's really, really good now. It was good before, but it's really good now. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. There's a reason it became as popular as it was. Its quality is great. Though it also has a reputation as being one of the hardest quote-unquote mainstream FNF mods because of the metronome thing, the metronome mechanic. Or it would be like Super. I feel like it would be both darker and more like Super, because Super's literally the new Dragon Ball show, you know? Yeah, Hypno's Lullaby is fantastic. Is it easier now? Did they make it easier? I remember it was a pain in the ass when I saw people play it with First Pass, when there was only the 4 songs. On one hand, it's good that they reduce the difficulty somewhat, because that way you can get through the rest of the mod and listen to more songs. But on the other, it was fun to watch people have to deal with the mechanic. Yeah, because it was crazy. It was insane at first. Like, you had to do, not only did you have to worry about the metronome, but the chart could fuck you up too. Because the chart didn't pull any punches. And don't even start on the gold fight. Is the gold fight still just as hard? Because I remember the unknown mechanic really got under people's skin with how much of a pain in the ass it could be. Yeah, the art style's really good. It's that's one thing about the art style specifically for Friday Night Funkin' mods most of the time. It's worse. They made it worse. What was I saying? I'll get back to that in a moment, but the art style complements it because it's obviously like that celled cartoon aesthetic, but it doesn't take away from the creepiness at all. It adds that sort of retro edge. And because it's based on Pokemon creepypastas, it works like a charm. It works like a charm. They had a second phase with goddamn asphyxiation and other words of similar note. Oh, wait, I think I did see that. I think I did see someone bitching about the fact that they added asphyxiation as one of the unknown words. Personally think the pendulum mechanic is worse. Hated safety lullaby left unchecked. I mean, it's still hard. Like, it's still a really hard mod. I think its reputation precedes it. It's one of those. Spent 3 hours. I pray for your soul and hopefully you didn't lose it to gold. It's a really good mod, though. It's a really good mod. There's only a select few that really breach the mainstream content creators and go up in the pedestal of, wow, this is better than the base game, and that's one of them. Really, truly. Technophobia was also... Yeah, Technophobia was a pain in the ass from what I saw. It's just because the song's fast. It's just because it's a really fast song with a really fast chart. Mind you, the other song that's also a pain is Athasagorophobia, but it's supposed to be because you're not supposed to win. I mean, you can obviously beat it if you're good. It's from Trolls Files. It was the Smiler resurrection with the TV. Yeah, the second half of Terraminophobia is bad too. There's a lot of hard charts in that. There's a lot of hard charts in Trolls Files if we really look at it. They're definitely not like the hardest charts, but they don't pull their punches, you know? Obviously, I'm not fantastic at rhythm games, so when I played it a while ago, it was mainly just like a cinema sit down and watch the mod play itself, but I was there for the music anyway. That's one mod that I'm really there for the music. Like the charting, yeah, it's fun to play if you're a rhythm gamer, but I don't know. I do fucking Hatsune Miku and Just Shapes and Beats and Project Arrhythmia. I'm not really a Dance Dance Revolution with a keyboard kind of person. I said I have one more. I lied. There's one based on old internet culture, appropriately dubbed Friday Night Crunchin' after Serial Guy. Well, like the old Rage comics? If I recall correctly, Technophobia was made due to people calling the Smiler Week too easy. That makes sense. You shit on the devs, you get an absolute burst of pain. That's awesome. Seeing Rage comics referenced in the 2020s is wild to me. Because that was such a 2010s, like late 2000s, early 2010s internet area period. And seeing them still exist and be referenced as like an archaic form of memery is still makes my brain hurt that it's been that long. Mind you, we look back on it and it's really dumb. Like none of it was actually that funny. But it's left its mark. Trolls resurrected in a really twisted way, in fact. Like Trollface has never left. Trollface has never left. It's always been here. It's like one of the few Rage Comics faces that has stuck around. But they creepypastified it. They turned it into an Eldritch Abomination, and it's like, holy shit. It's like the fucking Eldritch Garfield. They did the same thing. They took an old icon and just turned it on its head and made it terrifying, and it works. Trollface is used more ironically now. It's just by saying it never left, I mean people still know about it and still use it regularly. Mind you, it's exactly like you said, but it's still there. It's not forgotten. Like, most people don't know who Serial Guy is, straight up. Most people don't know what Megusta was. Most people don't know what the Rage guy who said "fine." Most people don't know what that is. Random French words, 4-panel comics, poorly drawn. Like, people don't remember that as much. But Trollface? Trollface is one of those. It's like Pepe. It's like Pepe the Frog. Always there, ever present, staring down at your soul whenever you see it. They have iFunny and you are an idiot and I'm God or whatever for 4G. Are you serious? You are an idiot. Ha 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 ha. Every kid in a computer lab in 2006. With the 3 smiley faces. It's called Rumor. If at all, you should look at that one. I'm actually gonna look up what was it called? Friday Night Crunchin'. Friday Night Crunchin'. There we go. All right. I have a lot of FNF mods to watch after this. All right, so we built up the wall a decent amount. We also have someone called Poop Madness, but I have no clue what it's from. That might be something that, that might be one of those like really, really deep in the internet sort of memes that some people remember and some people don't. Definitely would not put it past them. I have to see how tall this wall is, because I need to extend it upwards. Also, this looks almost exactly like I wanted it to. That was exactly what I was going for. Bruh, auto mod. Thanks, Twitch. Very cool. This is an FNF mod based on Live League. Why am I not surprised? They say, motherfucker, I have Poop Madness. That's awesome. Who is, like, straight up, who is this? This seems like a very interesting character that I have no context for. And I'm sure the mod doesn't either. That's Poop Madness. Yeah, look at that. Looks like an actual wall. I need more tiles. I feel like I'm gonna have just enough blocks to make the wall, and maybe not even capstone it. We'll see. I also have to see how tall the wall is so I can extend it out properly. Also need to sleep. Where's my bed? Did I move it? I did move it. They just say random keyboard, wacky keyboard spam shit in the song too. Voice acted because why not? Yeah, because why not? There's the bed. Shit, shoot at what you can't see. Oh, never mind. That was the most risky sleep. Alright, how tall is this? Hey, piss off! Yeah, I'm probably gonna turn this into like a platform that heads back here. I'll figure it out. Oh, I know what it can do. Because this is like a... Yeah, this is on the flat side of a mountain. I know what I can do with this corner over here. Ooh, I really like this. Yeah, this is coming along nicely. Oh, hey, Toby Fox. Speaking of Undertale... It's a great game, I jest. Alright, I gotta see how tall this wall is. I got spear gravel to test this height of the wall. Might as well use the tough, actually. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. Okay, so I probably want this to be about 15. I think that'll be good. Let's try that. Let's get it to about 15. Not all the way around, but just this starting bit here. That way we can build up the wall to make it look flush. So that's what, add 4? I think add 4. Okay, I think my list of cool notable mods. You threw a lot at me. I give you credit for having a mild encyclopedia of good stuff. The amount of bootlegs is absurd. What do you mean by bootlegs? Like clone games? Because, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that was what I was thinking of. Popular game equals make parody of it. Well, not even parody, just money grubbing fakeness. I swear if you found another mod. Ladies and gentlemen, he probably found another mod. Hold your horses. I'm actually gonna run out of blocks. Wow, yeah, I'm gonna run out of blocks. It's gonna happen. Oh! Hey, I can see it to forever. Because Optifine won't load the texture. It's called Friday Night Troubleshooting. And it has a cool song where it does weird shit with the window. Oh! I've seen mods that do that. Hang on. I'm guessing it's based on, like, Windows errors. There are mods that manipulate the game window. Honestly, did not care for MCM getting canceled. Wait, what was MCM? It's called Maelstrom. Oh, the song. Got you. Mistful Morning Crimson? I don't think I've heard of that. I'm assuming if we're talking the same context, that's a FNF mod. And I'm assuming there was some bad stigma with it. There tends to be when stuff gets canceled. Wow, I'm really gonna run out of blocks. Alright. I want to see if I can at least, like, start to develop the way that the wall's gonna work, so... it made it... Oh, was it based on... It was based on Squidward's Minecraft exit game? That was an old internet creepypasta, though. Twitter's sensitive. That makes sense. That was an era and a half, wasn't it? That whole, like, really edgy creepypasta era. Gotten so bad there's literally a Twitter count that counts the days without it. I'm guessing the counter hasn't gone above, like, 15 in a good while. Yeah, everyone is. Literally everyone is. The only person who's not is the guy trying to change it to a different name. You don't just stick with a brand for a decade and then suddenly change it on people and expect them to change what its name is. People still call fucking Facebook Facebook. No one's gonna call it anything different. Just because you change the corporate branding, no one's gonna change what they call the damn thing. Unless you try to erase their memory with like the Men in Black wand or whatever. It's still Twitter. It's still got a bird on it. I'm gonna call it Twitter. They're gonna call it tweets. Not a big fan of the excessive creepypasta. Yeah, no, I agree with you. And yeah, Sonic EXE was milked to hell. Hyper-realistic blood. Really? It was recently unbanned. Wonder why. Brother in Christ, it was a file extension. What do you mean Twitch? Oh shit. I did not want to fall off my own shiznit. Hey, a sheep. I realize that I am, like, jumping quite aggressively on a narrow precipice, but I don't learn my own lessons. EXE getting unbanned moving to milk to hell. Yeah. There is still that of ravenous fan base of people who just love their creepypasta shit, especially Sonic EXE. The satire's funny though. The people who make fun of that is really funny, but the actual content itself is like, ugh. Hyper-realistic blood, and I bought the video game and it was creepy and haunted, and Game Breaker was cool too, average Castor W. Probably gonna be a Dave and Bambi Anime Girl edition. What is that, pray tell? Is that another creepypasta? It sounds like it fits in that realm of weird stories. Ow. How tall is this? I need the next ones to be 10 high. I genuinely don't know what that is. It's a joke based on how many Dave and Bambi mods there are. Oh! Yeah, I don't know what that is. That you can quote me on as being completely out of the loop on, so. We're on the topic of creepypastas, which is why I thought it was in that vein. 1,000 notes on chart is hard. Yeah, that's really vapid and empty, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So how many up is this? I think that difficulty for the sake of difficulty is bad. I think that there should be quality with your difficulty. Sorry, Dave and Bambi devs, but the music sucks. Ooh, burn. Anyway, back to creepypasta. FNF doesn't seem to stay true to some of them. Yeah, it's mainly, sometimes it's for clout. Sometimes it's because creative liberties, and then sometimes it's because they just want hee hee ha ha, out of character bullshit. Because remember, modders are basically fanfiction writers, but instead of writing a fanfic, they're creating a game. So if there's a mod out there where, like, I don't know, Jeff the Killer and fucking Masky Kith, it exists for a reason. It's someone wanted to make it. And you can't stop creativity, you can only just frown at it. You know? Rule 44? Is that if it exists, there's fanfiction of it? Turn back into modders are just fic writers, which is right, but I didn't expect that here today. Yeah, no, it's true. It's true. Oh, if it exists, there's an FNF mod of it. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. I need a temporary block. Oh, I have dirt. I can use that. I need a pillar up to where it's 10 high and then go from there at 1, 2, 6, 10. So build up. What's that? 3 tall. There we go. Going up 10 high until it's actually 10 high. So right here. So this goes up by 2. This will be 3. There's even an FNF mod based off of fucking Polkoya. What is that? That seems like something that I should know. What the fuck is this? Oh, is it like a kid's... Why is there an FNF mod based on this? What the... Yeah, there it is. There's the mod. Released in November 24th, 2022. Versus Pocoyo is a mod based off of the children's comedy series known as Pocoyo. The mod is currently a demo, with only the characters being Pokio, Pato, Ellie, and Nina. What the fuck? Not to mention the writing in some old creepypastas is questionable, which make it hard to interpret. Yeah, that's part of it too. Again, if you really look at it through a specific lens, creepypastas are just really edgy, really dark fan fiction. Mind you, there are some good ones. There really are some good ones. But a majority of the time, it's really vapid and empty, and yeah. Oh, I didn't even count. Oops, hold on. There's even an FNF mod based on Peppa Pig. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. That one doesn't surprise me. I mean, who is it? That really creepy animator. It's like something Canyon. Meat Canyon? Meat Canyon. Made a very creepy, like, Peppa is a monster animation based on Peppa Pig. So having a Friday Night Funkin' mod based on Peppa, it's Peppa Pig is everywhere. Yeah. There's no escaping the Peppa.
I like this. It's very grown up.
Yeah, why is there a Peppa Pig creepypasta mod? Same reason that Eldritch Garfield exists. If there is a funny character, someone's gonna make it terrifying. That is the ways of the world. It's another animation where Peppa Pig eats bacon. I think I've heard of that one. I think I've heard of that. It's dark for the sake of being dark. It's funny, mind you, but it's dark for the sake of being dark. Oh, I just realized that that's off by 1, I think. Hold on. I'm trying to be as natural as possible with this. It's very hard to make graceful slopes with blocks. No, it was on. I just gotta move this back some. There we go. All right. Now for this side. FNF slowed videos are some of the best things. FNF slowed videos? Is that just... Is it people clearing charts but the video is slowed, or is it a completely different thing? Or is it the music slowed down? Either way, I am curious. Oh, shit. Let me do this in twos. I really hope I don't run out of blocks here. Music is slowed down a little. Oh, so it is. Okay. So it's, yeah, it's those music slowdown videos. I didn't know they did it for FNF2. Makes sense, though. They're actually spawned a music genre out of that exact type of, like, manipulation. If you get to a point where it's slowed down to where the music's barely intelligible, it just sounds like wide sounds, that's ambient. But if it's just purely slowed down to a point where it's still the music, it's just deeper, that's vaporwave. Mind you, vaporwave is its own separate thing. But, yeah. Sorry for ranting so long about FNF. My mod team stopped responding to my cool songs. I find after versus the imposter. Yeah, it's basically anti-Nightcore. Exactly. Find after versus the imposter besides OC's incident. Nah, no worries. If you're passionate about something, I'll let you go. I'm interested. And mind you, I spent my time in the sun with Friday Night fucking mods too, so I'm no stranger. I've never, you know, worked on any of them or met anybody or done anything, but I watched videos on people playing them, so I know what they're talking about. Alvin and the Chipmunks is my favorite Nightcore band. Alvin and the Chipmunks. The fact that Alvin and the Chipmunks exists keeps me up at night. Greatly keeps me up at night. Like, weren't they... Wasn't it like a comic book series or something before it turned into whatever the hell it is now? I don't even remember. Hey, wanna watch me fall off 15 stories? Ow. I managed to eat an entire inventory's worth of bread. I did it, folks. I'm stopping when I run out of blocks because I don't feel like mining today. Don't actually like Alvin and the Chipmunks. I just think it's funny to call them a night. Well, because technically, if you think about it, they are. The only difference is that the songs are being played at the same speed as they would normally. That is the only difference. But mind you, it is actual people singing with their voices pitched up about 2 octaves. Oh yeah, the Friday Night fucking lyrics things. I forgot about those. They're actually kind of clever sometimes. Not my style personally. I do like the instrumentals more than the lyricists, but they are kind of clever. Yeah, you're right. Most of the time they don't match the songs. When they do, but when they don't, they really don't. I mean, let's be honest. How are you supposed to write lyrics for a song that doesn't have a story? It just happens. The story is usually before and after. Takes the only reason I like FNF songs with vocals and kills that reason. Yeah, that's fair. Again, it's one of those things that has to be done perfectly, or else it's just kind of cringe. Mind you, that's how I felt with English covers of Japanese songs for the longest time. I'm a very weird person when it comes to that specifically. Like, vocal covers are fine, but singing, like, let's say an anime opening in English when it was originally in Japanese doesn't sit right with me. Like, no fault to very talented people who have done covers and got popular off of covers and stuff, but, like, if it's originally in a certain language, I would prefer it to stay that way. It would be like if a German band suddenly started speaking in Portuguese. It wouldn't really make sense. Do I mean the really bad Phantasm lyrics, or is there a good version? I don't know what you're referring to. I'm just referring to anime covers in general. Oh, so we're still talking about Friday Night Funkin'. I am curious as to what you're referring to, though. I think I'm gonna run out of blocks. Oh, we're right here too. God damn it! I need like 3 or 4 stacks to finish this wall off, so I can start building the top side. Motherfuck! You know what? I can at least design like what the. No, I can't because I need blocks for that too. All right. Just make sure that this is actually lined up. I do want to see what it looks like from the outside, though. How come there isn't a Dragon Ball ARG? I think just purely because it's too old. It's old hat, so people don't really, Because Dragon Ball's been around since, like, the 80s. And, when did it peak, really? Was it, like, the early 2000s? I mean, Super's fine, but I don't know, I would assume it's just because it's not modern enough. It's, like, it's not in that vein of, like, things that people are into that would involve an ARG, I guess. GT should have been canon. Yeah, I still agree with that. GT should have been canon. I love GT. One of the it's like roughly a quarter of Dragon Ball fans these days that still like GT, but I like GT. Yeah, I want to see whatever that video is, if you can find it. Well, we gotta start at least. Let me take a good look at this while it's still daytime now. I definitely have to go mining again, so that'll be the bit next time. It's gonna be a long process. This is gonna be a long project, because, man, that was a lot of material. But I definitely have to change up how the wall looks. I'll probably add stuff onto it. Yeah, absolutely. If you can find it, share it. I have absolutely no problem if it's fucking funny. It might belong in memes for all I know. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm definitely gonna add something to the walls here, because just having flat tile does look pretty garish. It looks great, though. I really like the look of the, that's a ravine again. I really like the look of deep slate tiles. I'm glad I picked it. But I will have to spruce it up some. It looks good, though. I'm actually really happy about the gravel andesite tough cobblestone look here. It does actually look like stones piled up against the side of a castle wall. Obviously, I'll have to add the walk path up here and the towers on the sides and all that, and you know the deal. It's gonna be like a medieval style build with stuff in it. The buildings inside is what I'm actually probably going to focus on mostly. It's getting the wall up that's gonna take some time. This is what, a shulker and a half's worth of deep slate, something like that. Yeah, big projects. Every time I sign a sub up for a big project, I forget how much material I have to dump into it. But it's a start. Oh yeah, there's the tower for the gunpowder farm. Anyway, it's a start. I wanted to at least start a big project so I have something to do in Minecraft, because I do love coming back to this game. I just want something to do, and now I have something to do. So that's why I decided to do this. And hey, when we get to the end of it, I'm always proud of big builds, however they turn out. This one's gonna take a while. So, who knows? Anyway, I think that's it for today. I ran out of blocks, so might as well call it. For anyone who popped in during the stream, thanks so much. Always happy to chat. For anyone watching the VOD, good to see you as well. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay. We talked a lot today about really different topics. Very centralized on gaming, mind you. But there was a lot. There's a lot of different things. So anyway, I'll be back on Wednesday and Friday, hopefully. Normal times. And this is my last full week before my schedule gets flip-flopped, so hopefully we'll have fun. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your night, regardless of what time it is, and I will see you later. Oh, you found it? I'll be looking at it right after. Peace, everybody.